Welcome into the Bro 4 Squad podcast. We're coming at you from 3 miles behind the border to give you another world-famous movie commentary on Predator. We have our movies paused. A Gordon Silver Davis production is up on the screen, roughly the 32-second mark if you're watching on Amazon, as most of us are. So let's go around the squad here and meet the bros. First, we go to my left. As always, the mayor himself, Jeff Hornacek. Now, Horns, if I remember correctly, you have some glasses that also make you see heat. Can you explain those to me?
Yeah, so my ex-wife, Rachel, actually designed them for me. She has the ability to heat-seek individuals based on their net worth, which is great when you want to cheat on your husband who's loving and supporting of you, but maybe just has fallen on some rough financial times because the mattress industry crashed. I'm sorry. So this will be great. I'm not going to be upset. I'm not going to be crying tonight. It won't remind me of her at all. And if she's listening, just check your voicemails, you know.
And to his right is our enforcer in the paint, Matthew F. Geiger. Now, Geiger, we're doing this commentary because you won trivia in our normal everyday episodes. So the next minute is yours. Have the floor.
Wow.
Here's your moment to brag.
I'm just glad that we're finally getting around to the fans. The fans have been begging for this. And by the way, I don't know if we said this is the original Predator from 1987. But yeah, man, just one trivia. Not going to boast too much. I mean, you could go check the episodes and just, you can see for yourself how much smarter I am than everyone on the pod. So, but other than that, man, I'm ready to get my Predator on. This is one of the greatest movies ever. This and Point Break are probably the two Bro 4 Squad movies. We should have done this a long time ago.
I mean, there are kids that yell, "Get to the chopper," and they don't know what the fuck it's.
Yeah, they don't know what that means.
They probably don't even know what a chopper is. Probably think he's talking about a motorcycle, which actually would have been fucking sick also.
All right, again, we are paused at roughly the 32-second mark. A Gordon Silver Davis production is on the screen. We are going to hit play in 3, 2, 1. Let's camouflage.
Can you believe there's how many more of these are there? Jeff probably has this in fun facts, but my God.
So the second one takes place in Los Angeles, and Gary Busey and Danny Glover are hunting the Predator on the streets of LA. And then obviously there's the new reboot. The funny thing is, so Shane Black, who directed the abomination that is Iron Man 3,
well,
he's in this movie, bit part, but he actually directed the 2018 one as well, which I didn't mind. Banner, did you see it?
Yeah, it was fine.
Lost me at Predator Dogs.
Does Arnold show up at any of the others?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Which is
he's one of those guys now who, like, the price tag that he thinks he should have is nowhere close to what his price tag should be. I feel like
honestly though, how have we not gotten The Rock in one of these fighting the Predator?
He's too busy doing all of the Fast and the Furiouses now, as well as Jungle Cruise.
Picture The Rock calling Predator a sumbitch, and the Predator just clicking back into him.
This is a pretty bro cast. I mean, you got Schwarzenegger, late 80s, Carl Weathers coming right off Apollo Creed, and then you got Jesse the Body Ventura that just fucking retired.
Governor Jesse the Body
Not
Ventura.
Yet. But yes,
have some goddamn respect.
And Shane Black in this movie plays Hawkins. I believe he's the guy with the glasses.
Yes, I believe you're right. I fucking hate Carl Weathers.
We did not hate him until the Mandalorian behind the scenes, right?
Yeah, but now rewatching this, I still fucking hate him. I don't know.
If you're getting out of a helicopter, is it a legal requirement that you have aviator sunglasses on?
Of course.
Yes.
I mean, looking at this, see all these guys right here.
Even though it looks like the sun is about to go down. Let's just say happy hour is about over, if you catch my drift. Like, it is nighttime.
Matt, the sun doesn't go down on wanting to get
And
pussy.
you have to have a big-ass fucking stogie.
All right, I have our Horns fun facts are back tonight, as always, on a movie commentary. Do we have the bell by chance?
Ding!
Okay.
Kids.
Yeah, that's like, my child's sleeping, you fucking animals. First Horns fun fact. These are according to IMDb, so if you don't like them or if they're incorrect, that's where you can send your hate mail and your anthrax letters. The original concept for this film was a joke. Someone said to director John McTiernan that the only person Rocky Balboa had yet to fight was E.T. the Extraterrestrial, and Arnold Schwarzenegger, when approached for the role, found that idea to be humorous. Obviously, him and Stallone at the time, box office rivals, Matt, as you know well. Did they ever actually hate each other until they realized, like, actually, if we do movies together, we'll just make so much bank?
What's interesting, though, is back in those days, like, Bird didn't team with Magic. That was just kind of the thing. Like, they would team with each other. Nowadays, you get The Rock and you get Jason Statham. Like, okay, let's put them in 8 movies together.
Schwarzenegger, a huge cigar head.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
His name being Dutch is just incredible. This guy, how is he a general? He's going to die on the job tonight.
I'm not trying to be mean here, but are his eyes looking at 2 different people?
Brian,
looking at both of Arnold's biceps at the same time.
This is how you address a room.
They're about a state apart because his chest is so fucking big.
Different zip codes, if I'm not mistaken.
I'll just say this off the top. In the link for the description to this commentary, you will find a squad blog that we wrote a while back called the Action Movie Bingo. And I think it's definitely worth clicking right now and pausing your movie for about 5 minutes, because we have a game where you essentially make a bingo card with action movie tropes, which Predator will have an abundance of them.
There it is.
Sorry, meme of the year, right?
You son of a bitch. God,
and
that's
using
fucking
that bingo card, you get drunk. And the reason I thought of this, I mean, friends teaming up together. This is like a pseudo arm wrestling match.
It was great. Jeff is like, Arnold's like, south of the border is like, you already got the regular army. What do you need us for? Like, just the peons, the people that sacrifice their life all the time.
Imagine how pissed the regular army would be when they realized they called like some fucking biker gang guy, like in the Expendables. Like, what'd you call those dudes? They're all
literally
59.
They don't do anything. They just sit around and then they come out. Like, it makes no sense.
The one guy is openly addicted to heroin. Like, it's the first thing in his Tinder bio. I hate to blow through these, but it's kind of a tradition. My second Horns fun fact involves the man on the screen, Carl Weathers. Matt, you'll love this. So in an interview, Carl Weathers said the actors would secretly wake up as early as 3 a.m. to work out before the day's shooting. That's something even Mark Wahlberg and Skip Bayless are like, all right, chill out. Weathers stated he would act as if his physique was naturally given to him and not wake up with them, and then would work out only after hours, after the actors were nowhere to be seen. It's pretty fucking bush league. Yes.
Well, this movie was before its time,
I'm not
too.
kidding, guys. He's looking at 2 different people, right? He's looking at Arnold and Carl Weathers at the same time.
Brian, it's polite to look at 2 people on opposite sides of the table when you're talking to them.
Oh, I guess I'm
another
just an
action movie bingo tropes. Schwarzenegger said, "And my team only works alone." So it doesn't matter if there's a million fucking predators out there. It doesn't matter. 4 guys, doesn't matter.
Yeah, we're going to invade Taiwan. All right, well,
but
team of 8
but Arnold,
alone.
it's World War II. Like, there's like literally 5 other countries that we're against. We only work alone. You know that.
Did I stutter?
Here's a gearing up scene, right?
Yep, drink to that. One of the tropes you'll find in the action movie bingo link.
Yep.
The gearing up montage. Jesse Ventura. He's had a stash his whole life, right?
Governor. Wait, say that again, Jeff.
He's probably had a mustache since he was born, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, as a wrestling guy, like, he was okay. Like, not like one of the biggest wrestlers, I would say. I knew him more of as an announcer growing up.
All right, now, if the answer to my question is it's just for looks, I totally get it, because I was a big eye black guy when I played baseball. Don't think it did shit. But
Cool.
The 2 black like lines across his face, I mean, that's not really doing anything for us, right? That's just a look good, play good type situation.
But as a kid, that was badass. When you played Army in the backyard, like, I mean, you had to...
Did you ever put your hand in the mud and just wipe it across your face?
Yeah, that's actually how I got hepatitis C that one time.
So Arnold got rid of his Ralph Lauren polo and put back on his fatigues.
It's like, I wear Lacoste when we're out in the field. It's less expensive.
The cost doesn't fit around my shoulders.
It's kind of effeminate to be like looking in a pocket mirror while you put your eye black on.
I mean, it's got to look good, right? You don't want to look stupid.
And there's a Native American. I'm not sure what his talents are, but I bet we'll find out later.
I bet he is one with nature.
And the guy with the glasses, I'm sure that will help them with math or something later.
And he's also the dude that's obsessed with sex.
We get it. Total incel. That's Shane Black, he's the dude who fucked up the Iron Man franchise. So
well,
if he explodes,
I mean, it wasn't that bad, but it's
not
fine.
open for debate.
Okay. This fucking guy too.
When you gotta shave, bro. It's like, who knows? He could have a date in an hour. If this thing goes well, we could be back in 45 minutes.
You know who needs to shave? Arnold. That fucking 5 o'clock shadow, like perfectly sculpted that he has, is not working for him.
Brian, he shaved before we took off. That's the problem.
What's the difference between this and Commando?
The title.
Like Arnold still has a crew cut with, the shirt, like bicep shirt, and he tries to kill stuff. I don't understand.
I've never chewed chewing tobacco, but I think he's actually chewing it way more than you're supposed to.
Yeah,
you don't really chew it.
Yeah.
It should
like
be called,
you kind of gnaw on it at first, and then it just kind of sits in your lip, and that's it.
These red lights, what are we, like fucking McDonald's French fries? Can we get these things off?
Some good green screen work here, guys.
If this movie was made today, literally we would still be building the team, though. This was basically like, hey, we were a team. Yeah. Carl Weathers sitting at the bar, we're drinking. Now we're in the jungle. So
because when you're on the date, you want to buy her a few drinks before you take her home.
Yeah, this movie's an hour 40. If this were made today, it would be what?
210.
220?
Yep.
First 10 is, like Matt said, Arnold just going door to door visiting these fucking losers. And every one of them swears they'd never do this again.
I'm not coming back.
One last time.
I've got a family.
Jesse the Body or Carl Weathers. It has to be one of the bigger ones that doesn't show up till later.
Right. I'm out. I'll never work with you. And then he shows up, Matt says,
and they still blame the team on it or something.
And then Matt, when he shows up, he goes, thought you could use some help. Like, what the?
I promised her I'd never do it again. Well, she's been dead for 10 years, so would she even really know if
and
you came
out?
out?
Actually fucked like 39 chicks since she died, so I don't really think we should act like you're honoring her memory that much. This is shot really well by McTiernan. I like the handheld. I like the fog.
Yeah, I don't think the cinematography is not the problem with this movie for me.
There's a problem with this movie? News to me.
The story actually isn't that bad for an action movie.
I do love the trope. You got to think, too, in 87, this hadn't been played out as much, but like the team sent on a mission, and then they realized that their mission was actually a lie. It's kind of a cool...
Yeah. This is almost 2 movies in one, though. Because you have the, we don't even know what fucking country they're in, right? Like, they're just behind the border. I don't know where this is.
Probably Mexico. Well, it's in the jungle. Could be Brazil, maybe.
I'm getting a Vietnam vibe for some reason, but maybe I'm just thinking Rambo in my head.
Again, that's pretty much the same movie, right? I don't remember where I was going with this.
Well, I
don't even know where I was going with that.
Well, I don't know. It was a mistake. Well, right now it feels like Empire of the Sun, but it's about to become genre once the Predator shows up, obviously.
Oh yeah, we got 2 different movies. That's what I was saying. We have the movie of them, they're a rescue team, guys. They're
just on a rescue mission right now. Yeah. They have no clue what they're walking into.
And then you have of course, Earth versus aliens, unrealistically.
Well, we're checking out the chopper here. Maybe hoping to find some change that fell out of somebody's pocket. Another Horns fun fact, Jesse Ventura was delighted to find out from the wardrobe department that his arms were 1 inch bigger than Arnold Schwarzenegger's. He suggested to Schwarzenegger that, hang on, plot twist coming. He suggested to Schwarzenegger that they measure arms, with the winner getting a bottle of champagne. Ventura lost because Schwarzenegger had told and paid off the wardrobe department to tell Ventura that his measurements were larger.
Okay, because I'm like,
That's
there's.
awesome.
I mean, Arnold's leaner, so sometimes that looks bigger. I don't know.
But I feel like Arnold was more committed to working out. If you're a pro wrestler, I actually don't think you have as much time to do that, really. There's no recovery time, you know?
God, if they could have got like Ultimate Warrior in this movie, or Hogan, or Savage, that would have been sick.
Yeah, what would the price tag on those guys have been in '87? When did Andre the Giant pass away?
Hogan didn't start movies till I think 90, 91, so maybe fairly cheap. Most wrestlers, the first wrestlers that really started doing movies were Roddy Piper and Jesse the Body. So,
Oh yeah, dude, this guy
they could have got Savage cheap, but they would have had to explain to him like, dude, we want you to be a character, not Macho Man.
He doesn't do that. This guy can already tell the boots issued are U.S. military. That's kind of ridiculous.
He did his homework, man.
I brought the manual and I'm matching them up. They actually look like Nike Air Flights.
Yeah. I believe size 9.5, which is weird. It's really small.
Look, he could be an effeminate type dude, so let's respect him. Maybe he's more flexible. Definitely getting like the hunter becoming the hunted vibe here, right?
Yeah.
It's like
This
when
is
you
like
go
ahead, Jeff.
Well, I was gonna say you go out to the bar to pick up chicks, and then you get too drunk, and then moms start hitting on you. You know?
Yeah.
It's like fuck. We used to have the upper hand. Now we don't. Those green tea shots did us in.
Kind of a timestamp, gentlemen.
Yeah, we're looking at 15 minutes exactly. And this guy is going to go Bear Grylls on us and suck the dick on this tree.
I mean, when you're good at something.
I mean, how thirsty are you? We just got off the helicopter.
And why are you drinking out of the tree when you have 2 canteens hanging on your fucking ass?
You have to have right? If we didn't bring a canteen at all, then who packed the lunches? Who was on snacks this week? It's like when you get fucking orange slices in soccer. It's like, oh, someone's mom just mailed it in. He's like, I've never heard this noise before.
Jesus Christ.
Someone else goes, actually, that's a woman orgasming. And he goes, like I said, I've never heard this noise before.
You got the dead bodies yet?
Not yet. Spoiler alert.
Oh, damn. I'm ahead.
5. That's what we're at.
Let me know when you got the dead bodies.
Now, hang on. These guys might not be dead. All right? Let's get a doctor in here first.
So he
Test
just
him for COVID first and then fucking cut him down. God damn it.
This guy's like Kmart Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
I'll have to say, though, whoever did that, at least, you know, they didn't kill for sport, Jeff. They used every fucking square inch.
Even the vultures show up and they're like, Jesus Christ.
Like, leave a little meat on the bone.
This should be a trope, too. The dog tag is always there, right? Like, no matter what the person went through, the dog tag is intact.
So is Arnold like, all right, let's go home. We were sent to rescue them. We did it. I mean, dead or alive, right? So let's go home.
He's like, Jim Hopper
we're still getting
actually
paid for this, right?
Oh yeah, you are. Jim Hopper. He's like, I sent him fantasy football trade. No wonder hasn't responded.
It was a fair deal.
Good job on those prosthetics. I thought those looked actually pretty scary.
Yeah, they were good.
What would you think though if you saw human bodies skinned? Like they're thinking right now, like either the Viet Cong or whoever is just really fucked up and meticulous, or we're dealing with somebody that eats humans like they're string cheese.
So wait, hold on a second. They're not the army?
Brian, they work alone.
No.
Well, then why are they in camo?
They're hired hands. They used to maybe be in your quote-unquote little army that you talk about, but they're on their own now. And right now, the native tracker is telling them exactly what's happening. I love this movie because it's hardly racist. It's accidentally racist. I'll say that.
Whoops,
So wait a minute,
I'm
you
sorry,
can
it
wear
was
camo.
1987, Matt.
You can wear camo but not be in the army?
Brian, I could go buy camo at Academy Sports right now.
You don't buy camo because you're in the army. You wear camo when you're in the jungle.
You like
blend
fucking
in.
chicks. Is why you buy camo. Because you want to bang the
Like if
prom
I go
queen.
to the jungle with my wife and I want to hide from her and go play golf, I'd wear camo. Like that doesn't mean I'm in the army.
Huh. Never knew that.
That's insane. Yeah, like Jeff said, you can go. I mean, maybe not now, but 10 years ago, you could go buy J.C. Penney's and buy some camo shorts.
All right, so do you guys like? Because this was pretty revolutionary
Yes.
at the time
Yes.
from McTiernan. The heat. I mean, I think a tenth of the movie is done through Predator vision. Probably.
That's badass.
Yeah.
It's fucking cool. There's a How I Met Your Mother episode where Barney is at the bar hitting on chicks, and it cuts to him like looking at them through heat vision.
Is this when they like mow the entire jungle down?
I mean, they were contracted to do it. It's just super, like, at the time, people were probably like, dude, this is creepy as hell. And it also, I love the vibe of, this is kind of like a Buffalo Bob from Silence of the Lambs, where it's like, Predator could kill them anytime he wants, but he wants to toy with them a little bit.
Yeah, he's just like, hey, these guys look fun. Let's leave them alive for a while. Banner, think of Arnold like LeBron James. He used to be part of the NBA. Then he got tired of their shit, just kind of created his own team and just picked his own team. And now he just kind of does what he wants.
And he pops up.
So is
But he
this
still
LeBron
plays
that
in the
picked
finals.
Is this the LeBron that picked his team in Miami or the LeBron that picked his team in LA?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And
The one who
when he
picked
went
his
back
team
to
in
Cleveland, too.
Right.
Yeah.
The other black guys from Get Rich or Die Trying, fun fact. And that's
the guy,
it.
The guy talking right now.
The
He played
the only other black guy.
Matt, I don't know how many times in this pod I have to tell you I don't see color. So you're gonna have to tell me who the black guys are.
This sounds like a joke my grandpa told me, like when I'm in, like what's Schwarzenegger? Austrian?
Yeah.
An Austrian, two black guys, and a Indian
Native
walk into the
American
jungle.
tracker. We're in the woods being hunted by an alien with heat vision. Jesus, Grandpa, where's this going? That's a good army crawl because, guys, it also doubles as a plank. So we're getting an ab workout in here, too.
I love this, man, because Vietnam, Pearl Harbor, 9/11, all these, things aren't as important as this rescue mission where we send in, the cream of the crop right here.
So good, I found a bar. Let's get some shots and ask for directions.
Like, do they have any gluten-free options?
I hate to go off menu, guys, but I noticed you have all the stuff to make this. Holy shit!
Whoa!
Forgot about that. We got a Diet Coke Liev Schreiber here, blowing people's fucking brains out.
This is rated R, right? It's got to be.
I mean, based on what I just saw, it's gotta be. Carl Weathers like, fuck army crawling. I'm just gonna like penguin slide down these leaves.
So besides Arnold and Carl Weathers, who woke up at 3 a.m. to work out?
I'm assuming Jesse the Body, and this is the best shape Shane West has ever been in.
Okay.
And probably the other black guy who played Boulevard Trask before Peter Dinklage did. Banner, you probably knew that.
Yep.
Who always looks like he's running on 3 hours of sleep.
He probably is.
I'm a little disappointed. You guys didn't acknowledge my Kmart Joseph Gordon-Levitt comment earlier.
That's a good one. That's fine.
Yeah, that was a good one. Sorry, I was trying to figure out who you were talking about because my people were like jumping in and out of screen.
Yeah, it's hard to pinpoint people. I'll point them out here in a minute.
The cool thing about war back in like the late 80s was no matter what was going on, it was always an appropriate time to smoke.
I'll say as far as like war movies go, this is one of the best ones because the other ones like are like real. Like this is like what you play with your friends. Like, hey man, let's paint our faces. Let's go in the jungle. We don't even know what the fuck we're gonna kill, but we're just gonna kill it.
And Carl Weathers has the binoculars. He's like, also, if there's an opera show after this, I can bring these too because they double as the spectator seat
We could
ones.
pay for the cheap seats, but it'd be like we're in the front row.
It's the same thing because the acoustics are so good, guys. It sounds the same. I'm telling you.
All right, so if you guys were in
shit!
Yeah, he just got that knife to the fucking jugular. So if you guys were in the army, would you go no hat, like regular baseball hat, or bucket hat? Like Governor the body.
I'd go bandana.
That's not an option.
Yeah, that's not standard army issue.
Okay. Now, you think you could pull off bandana? Okay, bro.
In
if
Vietnam,
anybody's going bandana,
kind of wear whatever
the
hell you wanted.
The hat, I feel like, is the guy that actually doesn't go on the mission, but he tells you what the mission is. Oh, yeah.
I'm definitely bucket hat guy.
Of course you are.
It's appropriate for all situations.
I think I'd go no hat.
How this hasn't been rebooted with The Rock and somehow Kevin Hart because he lifts weights is beyond me.
You know what? I'm not going to say that's unrealistic.
No, it's definitely in the realm of possibility.
It'd be The Rock and Tyrese.
Okay.
Oh my God! Can you imagine?
I can imagine.
There was a guy sitting in the truck. Why was he sitting in the truck?
Why didn't he get out?
Dude, one time in my life, I want to throw a grenade like Kareem. Whoops, my bad. Is that a grenade launcher?
Jesus
I thought they
Christ.
just like wanted to rescue people. It looks like they're just. He said we're not.
Look, Matt, we're not trying to. We don't want any deaths. We're just trying to get in and get out. Proceeds to fire grenade launcher 7 times.
This is Michael Bay's wet dream.
Matt, and then it gets back. Who's the guy from It's in Tommy Boy? And then after he beat me over the head several times, I mean, I had to let him go. I have kids. After he's literally just
Arnold
like
toast to him at the bars. Like there was hardly any casualties this time too. Like there's still like 3 guys on fire behind him.
Like barely alive. They're like begging to be put out of their misery. Hey, props to that guy playing through injury. He's on fire, but still shoots his semi-automatic.
This is so awesome. The first scene, Arnold's like, "We're not mercenaries. We just do rescue missions," and they're like literally killing everyone. Are there even soldiers in here? Like, are they trying to rescue anybody, or are they just in their way?
This is like a Eskimo Joe's of a small town. It actually reminds me of what Team America makes fun of. How we just show up to a city and fucking destroy it.
So there's no way they have any
spend money to
ammo
build
left
it back.
after this,
Like,
right?
why?
What did you say, Brian?
There's no way they're gonna have any ammo left after this, right?
So my brother-in-law's special. Sorry, Jeff. Real quick, my brother-in-law's special forces and like he hates movies like this because he's like, dude, just show him. That's why he loves John Wick so much because he's like that gun only holds 9 bullets and you will see him reload after 8.
Mm-hmm. Well, especially like for a rescue mission, like how much fucking ammo did you bring? Is that all our backpacks? Just a rescue mission. Why do we have 6 backpacks each full of ammo?
Like they work for the Red Cross. Like what are we doing? Like why do you have this much ammo?
There's so much explosions.
I don't think there's enough.
Can I say something controversial? I don't even need the Predator in this movie right now. I'm having so much fun.
This movie's an hour 40, and we're already half an hour in. We've had literally 2 minutes of story. They literally got off the fucking chopper. Arnold had a polo on, did a bicep high five, and by the way, whenever Fauci says that handshakes are cool again, I'm gonna make it mandatory. Everyone has to do at least 10 bicep curls before they give me a high five from now on. Because that was the coolest shit I've ever seen.
A lot of this too is kind of like in preseason. You know, you want to like let your starters play at least 1 game for a half. They're trying to show the Predator like, don't fuck with us, bro. You see, what we just did to this small village and the TGI Fridays in the middle of it.
At this point, they're the Predator still.
Knock, right? Knock. Let's just drink to that one-liner.
There's literally a Margaritaville in the center of this jungle.
Look, they have sweaters.
I'll have a pina colada.
Cullen position and situation. He's like,
so
what do I say?
That's 5 weeks, Jeff. medic.
Just put some ice on it. Should be fine. If it were the NFL and he was not a quarterback, he would definitely be suspended for that one.
That's a 2 weeks, right, Ray Rice?
Well, before the footage leaks out, we're gonna handle it internally.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, let's just cut the alien completely out of this movie. How did the Expendables not rip this off? We even have a girl that's from the country that they're gonna save now. This is literally Expendables.
Guys, I have a confession to make.
It's true. This is Expendables.
I have a confession to make.
What?
I've never seen the Expendables.
Which, for you as a Michael Bay fan, is sickening.
I know. Guys, I'm not that big of
I ain't got time to bleed. Holy shit, that's a quote. I ain't got time to bleed.
That's why he got voted governor. There, that guy. He's the Kmart Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Oh, okay. So what do they think they're looking for here?
Paper.
Found some. We're out of our printer needs some.
Damn it, they were low on toner. It's kind of gray. I don't know if we can make
Arnold's
this out.
getting pissed. It's like LeBron and J.R. Reed.
I do not know how much time's left. Honestly, I was high.
That should be another. I don't think this is on Action Movie Bingo, but that's another one. The team tears itself apart.
Yeah.
And then gets back together.
And then one guy says something to the effect of like, "We were never a team. It was a job."
The only thing that can destroy the team is the team itself.
Right. No external force can beat them.
It's just their egos that they got to overcome.
Hang on, there's one Action Movie Bingo that does fit into this. We'll find it in a second.
So going back to like we only work alone, that'd be like me and Thurman going to a 4-man golf scramble and we're like, hey, so who's your other 2 golfers? We only work alone, but everyone else has 4.
Yeah, I don't think you understand what this is.
It'll be fine.
All right, so in the Action Movie Bingo post, the 5th one we have is good guy's friend / partner betrays him, which of course is like what basically just happened. I also love the line where it's like, we had a deal, and someone says something like, the deal changed. Dude, Jesse Ventura looks like he's taking like 3 bullets to the bicep.
I was just about to say.
I love like you probably have a concussion. I know that you got the shit beat out of you, but here's an army hat. That'll keep you safe.
Arnold's like, if she menstruates, it'll attract bears. It's too risky. Like, I don't think that's medically accurate, but
I don't think there's bears in the jungle.
I hate to be the Poindexter in the theater right now, but once again, over 30 minutes in, we haven't seen the Predator. We haven't really even heard about it. Like, why is it here?
We don't even know that the Predator exists at this point.
Well, I know, but like once we do, like how'd it get here? Like what's the, or does it matter? We just need to fucking kill it.
I don't think it matters. We just need to kill it. I think we find out later that it only comes when it's like extra hot that day.
Okay.
Also, Arnold
it's kind of like cancer. Like we don't care how we get it. We just need to stop it, basically.
Right. That's
okay, gotcha.
Pretty much what it is.
Because now it's like we know the movie's Predator. I'm sure they I don't know, I wasn't even born yet, but I'm sure they promoted it correctly, but we haven't even heard or seen or done any, like we don't even know why they're out here, but we just
the only
seeing,
reason
like,
that we would
colors.
know that there's an alien is in this is because of the synopsis. Carl Weathers fucking sucks. I'm sorry.
I don't know why you hate him. He's great as Apollo Creed.
Okay, and then what?
He's
what
good as Chubbs.
God damn it! All right, you're right. But then what?
I mean, he's not in very many other movies. I don't mind him in this.
I guess he's all right. Again, nerdy guy.
What else he's in? I mean, he's in like 4 Rockies. He's good in all those.
He's fine, I suppose.
if the tracker guy starts dancing to create rain for some fucking reason, then I'm gonna shut off this movie. I can't do it. Not again.
Can't do it. Nope. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
He's like, it's not that racist. I can just track stuff. I can also make wind chimes and a necklace. And
Yes.
if there's a buffalo, I can show you how to basically make it meat and a blanket. That's it.
If you want a dream catcher, that costs extra though.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I would not just run off into the fucking jungle by myself, regardless of the situation.
Yeah, but they don't even know, like, I mean, they probably, in their opinion right now, I mean, they just fucking, apparently the biggest battalion there, they just wiped the fuck out, Banner. Like, they're extinct. They're done. There's nothing left of them.
So at this point, like, if we're watching this for the first time, we have no fucking clue what we're looking at here,
Other
right?
than you're thinking that is the movie fucking up because they keep having like Jimi Hendrix videos coming in between it.
Dude, imagine being high and seeing this, being like, yo, that movie was so weird. I thought I was seeing fucking weird ass
Like,
colors.
someone gonna tell the director up there that the movie's fucking up?
Hey,
The colors.
it's pretty fun. I recommend it.
I think at sometimes though, the Predator vision is cool, but it does go on a little too long.
I
Kick
like
the
it
point right
better
now.
when you can tell what it is. And I
yeah,
think
like,
that's
now
something
you
that,
can't. I don't even know
yeah,
what the
like
fuck
you
they're
don't really
doing.
know what's going on right now. That's something that I think that the reboot Predator did a pretty good job on.
It looks like I'm an inch away from a Jackson Pollock painting, or I'm looking at an ultrasound.
The reboot
I want a
Is-
tattoo of that on my back.
was the reboot basically this movie?
It's technically a legacy reboot, which I guess is like a sequel, sort of.
Okay,
Because the government knows about the Predator.
because they made what? I mean, there's Alien vs Predator.
Yeah, 2 Alien vs. Predators, which are not canon, apparently.
Oh,
What?
Yeah.
That's disappointing.
if you know all this, you can comment below. But like, get laid. You know?
I've never felt the touch of a woman without paying for it, so that's the
No,
price you
pay
pay.
for it. Just I
Yeah.
don't care. Just
Okay.
That's like,
Do
don't
something
twist
else.
my words. I don't give a fuck.
Look, everybody's got to make money.
I'm shocked the Native American guy's still alive. Like, if you'd have given me the over-under, Jesus Christ, I would have been out on this.
well, he has to basically. They have to find out that the predator's there, Jeff. Then he has to track him to him. Then he can die. He hasn't even fulfilled.
He
his
hasn't
duty
served
yet.
his purpose yet.
So who's going to be the guy on the team that just says what we're all thinking? Guys, look, I know we've been through a lot, but I think it's time for a picnic lunch.
Definitely Kmart, Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
I also love in action movies when you got a team of 6 and the way they're billed at the very beginning. You're like, okay, Arnold, okay, he'll be the last to die, and then like the last build, like, okay, these guys will be the first to die. They're basically
Right, it's
telling you
yeah.
the line in which they'll die.
Yeah, they're saying without saying, really.
They're saying this guy got paid the most and this guy got paid the least.
Apparently, Vin Diesel always gets pissed about like fight scene choreography. He's like, "No, I would never get punched in the face." Like, well, dude, you can't just beat the shit out of everyone. Like, I mean, this is a long ass fucking trek, right? Yeah, we got to start taking our layers off, especially to expose our traps.
Banner, are we
This
gonna
is
get
another-
the Western scene where
Yeah.
they sleep under the stars, and just kind of talk about their wives and what they used to do?
Here's another action movie bingo trope. They pass around the flask
Flask.
of whiskey.
Yeah,
Yep.
definitely a good one.
How Lyle Alzado wouldn't in this movie is beyond me.
So why do they have this chick with them still? Like, what's the purpose?
They all have needs.
What?
This was 87, Jeff. There wasn't too much complaining going on from the woman's side. You know what
Was
I
she
mean?
If we don't
feisty?
know what language she's speaking. Joseph Gordon-Levitt's like, I actually care about this role, so I'm going to point a gun at you.
I never really realized how much Tropic Thunder kind of makes fun of this movie a little bit.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
like watching
100%.
probably this more than, and it parodies a lot of films, but probably this more than anything else.
He's like, I've sensed something. So the guy in the glasses is the one who directed Iron Man 3?
Yeah, Watkins. This guy, Shane Black. And he directed the reboot Predator.
He didn't just have a spot role. He's in most of the movie.
Yeah, the way he talks, I guess I hadn't seen this in a long time, and the way he talks about it in interviews, I guess, I don't know what the production schedule was like, but he acts like he was on set for 3 days.
I think he dies first, if I'm not mistaken.
It's like, Arnold, this is the scene where you do the hand motions and stuff. It's like, well, I need my sleeves off then. People need to see my biceps.
So I'm going to tell the guy behind me to stop without my veins in his face. No, you're right. It doesn't even sound real when you say it like that.
You know what's crazy is Arnold's biceps are actually more impressive than The Rock's in this.
I'll agree with that.
Yeah, they're like more toned. The Rock's are just fucking huge.
Well, Arnold is like ripped without being like looking like it's all water weight, you know?
He's very lean. Carl Weathers is such a bitch.
I just have Banner off that train. Now he's back on it, but whatever.
Every stop he'll get on or off.
I'm just saying, this chick whoops his ass like 3 times.
Well, she's got a log in her hand now.
Why did they just let her go? Like, apparently she doesn't want to be saved.
They're saving her?
I mean, they found her in the little thing. She's like, oh, she's a woman. Let's basically take her. They're not really taking her as a hostage.
Well, she's in handcuffs, and the one dude just shoved her to the ground. So that's how we save people.
I mean, Jeff, I know that, you know, your sexual life isn't like mine, but sometimes that's how people get their kicks a little bit.
I tried it with my ex-wife, and why she's my ex-wife.
The overacting that
doesn't really count, Jeff. She chained you up and then did somebody in front of you. That's totally different.
What's the line from at The Office? How do you feel about role-playing as a schoolgirl? Yeah, some people are into it. Yeah, Jen makes me... I just don't like the dress she makes me put on.
Okay, so first 2 minutes, story. Next, 15 is action. The last couple has just been walking through the fucking jungle. We're slowing it down a little bit. The pace was way up for a while.
Minutes in, and we have not actually seen the Predator, right?
No.
We saw his hand with the scorpion through the heat vision, but that's it.
And I'm all for a good slow play, but I think at this point, if I'm in the theater, I'm getting a little pissed, right?
I'm on the edge of my fucking seat.
We got an hour left.
You're on the edge of your seat about to walk out, or you're interested?
No, I'm literally about to piss my pants.
Then go. Oh, Predator.
We've had a couple other movie commentaries like this. I can't remember off the top of my head where we're like, man, it's 45 minutes in. We haven't even seen so-and-so. I just let her go.
Yeah, I mean, what are the odds that she's going to survive in the fucking jungle by herself?
I mean, they're using her as a hostage, Jeff. Well, they're not using her as a hostage. They're trying to save her because she can't speak English yet. Figure that out later. But so they can't explain to you, hey, we're trying to save you. That's why she's probably chained up.
Well, she'll keep running until she sees a sale at Macy's. Then she'll stop. Good tackle. Way to go low. The Predator is white knighting. Hey, bro, she doesn't want you to do that.
Jesus Christ. So that's what... You don't even see it because it was basically in camouflage.
Oh, shit. Dude, Matt, I got serious N64 vibes right there.
Banner, do you think part of the Predator was used to make the dinosaur in Jurassic World?
I think he left to go piss, but I'll answer that question. Yes, obviously.
And do you think the Predator is going to show up in Jurassic Park? Because that'd be awesome. What if it was a dinosaur all along?
Someone at Universal just woke up in the middle of the night like, holy fuck.
After Godzilla vs. Kong, I want everything to connect. I'm with Cycling now. Just have it all connect.
Give me every first movie you could. I don't think there's a combination to come up with it. I'd be like, it's too far.
Can you imagine Optimus Prime versus fucking Kong?
Dude, give me them all.
Like,
Matt, picture you and me at the bar at the movie theater before, just getting two beers deep. Like, so who you guys got tonight? That's what I'm asking.
what we need is a Mortal Kombat Fight Island with like all these fucking insane figures.
Guys, did we just find our March Madness tournament for next year?
Yes.
Yeah. Our own creations of verse movies. This chick, you can ask her what she saw. She doesn't fucking know. Like, I don't know. It looked like PlayStation 1 graphics, and then Shane West's head exploded.
Do you ever remember what you're on when you're on meth?
It's true.
This is basically Expendables meets Lost first season when they didn't know what the smoke monster was.
Oh, yeah.
Because they just walk through the jungle and are scared all the time. And I'm like, why are you walking through the jungle? Just
By
stay
the way,
on the beach.
I'm about to watch. I've never seen it, but I'm about to watch Lost here once my work gets out for the summer. I plan to binge it in the first 4 days.
You won't regret it.
Sounds
The
exhausting.
ending sucks, but to get there is so fun.
Is it the little derail here? But is it everything but the last season that you really liked before they actually had JJ?
Everything but the last season. The last season drug on for a long time, then it didn't give anything. But yeah, it's good.
God, JJ is like a great starting pitcher that like can never close out that last inning.
He's Kershaw, dude.
You know?
Yeah, it's a great way to put it.
So Arnold saw Shane Black's body like skinned and like, I don't know,
Guts
graffiti.
hanging out.
Yeah. Dick tied in a knot, and he's like, my God.
I didn't know his dick was that big.
Predator had tweezers, and he was, you know.
He's very skilled.
All
Maybe
right,
I'm
one
callous,
down.
but this group doesn't. I mean, let's try and live instead of find his body.
Your
Unless he
rescue, you're on a rescue mission, so having your whole platoon get wiped out isn't really part of a rescue mission.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what their resume said, but I'd be asking for
TV
my
shirt?
money back.
That
Arnold's
just the
like,
body?
oh
Yeah.
yeah. Good form in handling that. Arnold goes, it's a rescue mission, remember? And someone's like, well, then why did you tell me to blowtorch the nursery in that town?
I'd rather be face to face with the predator than a snake.
100%.
1,000%. Yeah, easily. I heard the snake was a real diva on set. Wouldn't come out of his trailer till like 2 hours past call time.
He's on blow. I mean, that was before he got clean.
It wasn't
Matt,
his
is
fault.
I think one of my favorite 30-second scenes from a movie the past 3 years is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, where Leo's in his trailer fucking up his lines, getting drunk.
Yeah. 8 whiskey sours.
Dude, you sound like a fucking idiot. 8 whiskey sours.
What if when Arnold saw that snake, he just like dropped his gun? He's like, ooh, and just like runs out of the jungle.
Oh,
Like,
gross. This is playing the long game. Look at this shot.
This is a good shot.
What are we doing with this shot?
We're making a movie that should be an hour 25 into an hour 40.
It's called a tracking shot, boys. Why don't you
Honestly,
read a book?
this movie should be 2 hours and 10 minutes nowadays, and it's actually an hour 40. Thank God.
Again, maybe I'm overly optimistic, but is he dead? Give me a pulse check real quick before anyone calls anything, okay?
I'm not a certified doctor. I can't do that.
Yeah, you're a scientist, not a doctor.
There's a clear difference.
Ventura went from having 3 bullet holes on his arm to just 1 now, so I'm...
Skunk
He has
or
a fast
porcupine?
metabolism.
It's like JD Drew. It's just all bullshit now that he got paid.
Oh, fuck.
It's got to be a porcupine, right?
What the hell was that?
Oh!
Jesus.
Matt, I think you're like 2 seconds ahead of me.
Okay.
Fucking blood. He didn't earn this. I'm just saying. He is so upset.
Dude, uncamouflage, bro. We want to see you.
Dude, what's awesome about
This,
like, okay, this is definitely like an alien, some extraterrestrial. Like, can bullets even kill it?
Only one way to find out.
Let's just empty out the clip. That's how you find out.
Has there ever been a movie where the alien comes and our bullets actually fucking work on it?
No.
No.
Not.
Which is kind of bullshit. Like, one time there needs to be like, oh, dude, if you just shoot it, it fucking dies.
Which
Like, that's
doesn't really
badass.
make sense when you think about it, Jeff, because even if it is a different being, like a fucking bullet,
Exactly.
it would hurt him at least.
Dude, Independence Day, every goddamn missile we shoot at it doesn't do anything. I'm like, our missiles are pretty strong.
Yeah.
Like, think
They could
about
like
human
kill
history.
ecosystems. Like that makes
Yeah.
no sense.
Like, human history, right? We've spent pretty much every waking second as a civilization trying to develop weapons to kill each other. So I don't think we'd be like that far behind another species. I love the smoking barrel. That's such a cool aesthetic.
So why did they just unload 80 million rounds into the fucking jungle?
It's a rescue mission, Brian, okay?
All right. Okay.
They're not mercenaries.
Yeah, Jesus.
Fuck.
We're medics. Like, all you guys have are machine guns. That guy's is double-barreled. Do you have one Band-Aid on you? We left him in the chopper, okay?
Like we just work for the YMCA. We just come and just teach local kids like, American sports and stuff. That's it.
Yeah, John here is actually an intern from the Red Cross. That guy has a bazooka. What do you fucking mean the Red Cross?
What if Arnold's like, he'll be okay? Like, no, he's not. He's like dead.
Walk it off.
I love in movies though when they're like, "We need a medic," and you're like, "Well, that guy's throat is clearly ripped open." Like, I mean, a medic can come, I guess, but you should probably attend to someone else.
You should really be calling like funeral home.
How the Rock's agent hasn't watched this just on a lazy Sunday and be like, we need to remake this, have the Rock, because if you pitch the Rock, hey, not only do you have to get your sleeves off, but the gun you can put against your biceps to make them look bigger. He's like, okay, I'm in. Let's do it.
I don't want to, I don't want to run Arnold's team, but the guy that just said we hit nothing, I think he came to that conclusion pretty fast,
I'm pretty sure you hit something. You probably didn't hit the Predator, but you hit something.
I mean, that's where you gotta ask the guy the question, like, what did you see? He's like, it looked like something like I've never seen before, like so. And I was like, well, and then this chick finally finds, is that DNA? I think of him.
I think it's blood, right?
It's splooge. Actually, I have a Horns fun fact about this.
Jizzed on that leaf and left.
Carl Weathers' cum.
Cum-like substance. The Predator's blood, this is according to IMDb, a goopy substance with the color of Mountain Dew, was made on set using a mixture of the liquid from inside glow sticks and KY jelly.
I don't know what kind of Mountain Dew they're drinking, but I've never drank Mountain Dew that looks like that.
Well, guys, that confirms it. KY jelly was on the set of The Predator.
It more looks like Nickelodeon slime. I
was saving this other fun fact I had about the Predator while we're looking at fucking bug samples here in the forest. Jean-Claude Van Damme was originally cast to play the Predator, the idea being that the physical action star would use his martial arts to make the Predator an agile, ninja-like hunter who would engage in extensive hand-to-hand combat with the other actors. However, the original design for the Predator costume was too cumbersome and difficult to manage, and Van Damme could not make the required movements in it. Would you prefer the Predator like fighting them hand-to-hand or doing what he's doing here?
What they're doing here, 100%.
Dude, yeah, you can't have like, so, like, what is? Do the aliens have a UFC gym up there? Like, that makes no
obviously
sense.
Why does the Predator have fingerless gloves on?
And Van Damme's agent's like, dude, you can't get beat up by Arnold.
Guys, you can't let the Predator take the fight to the mat. We all know that.
Jesse the Body.
He's still dead. Like, you can.
He didn't earn this. I didn't believe that they were that good of friends.
Surprised he didn't last longer. He's like probably the third biggest name in this movie at that time.
This is like a more for me with the whiskey, right?
I never get that. It's like I'll leave that whiskey. Like he's not going to drink it. He's dead. You might as well take it with you.
Now, if it's empty, sure, leave it with him. You don't need another flask. They're a dime a dozen.
Could
Yeah,
they
but
not
Brian,
afford Rosie Perez? Or
more flask equals more whiskey. So
We just got a little side boob there. That was
I know.
nice.
Could they not afford Rosie Perez or in '87?
Michelle Rodriguez would play her today, right?
Well, she was 12 then, but yeah, today she could.
Oh, finally he
This is some good
uncamouflaged it.
shit right here. For 87,
Maurice Claret situation. Had his whole life ahead of him, then this knee injury happened.
He kind of looks like who's the or whatever guy from the Power Rangers movie?
Ivan
Ivan
Ooze.
Ooze.
Yeah, that's how his fingers look right now. But
Dude,
so they
he's
did
got a-
clip him.
Cut me, as Hansel says in Zoolander.
This is the
See,
first
Matt-
time you see him.
Man,
Yeah.
we're just getting some cortisone up because it's the playoffs, you know?
He does have a fucking cool ass face shield there.
I do love the dreads before dreads were a thing, you know?
Yeah.
We're supposed to leave like this is an alien, not just some really cool guy in a fucking suit that.
Yeah, this isn't just like Elon Musk, right? With all his tech.
Have they ever been seen in the same place together?
No. See, I think it would have been more badass if this was actually like one of their former battalion that they thought died, and then he has some like Batman shit that like he can't get shot in or something.
Aliens abducted him.
No, he just pretends to be an alien. He's not even. He's just in protective shit that makes him look like an alien.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't.
Wolf in sheep's clothing, you know?
The suit would have to make him like blend in and shit. I don't know. He's
Do
a
we
dinosaur.
ever figure out how the Predator gets here or why he's here?
Wait,
Banner-
so Brian, you need
Why?
backstory? I don't understand.
Yeah, before you got in the theater in Alien 7, they gave you a pamphlet like, "Hey, here's why the Predator's here. You got it? Okay, enjoy the show."
We don't have time to put this in the movie, so just read it. Shane or McTiernan wants you to read this shit real quick.
How
right?
exactly does a posi trap on a Plymouth work? It just does.
It just does. Is that a Joe Dirt reference?
Yeah.
I love when he's looking at Auto Trader. Like, I'd give him this much for it. Like, you don't have a fucking dime to your name. What are you talking about? Just the same.
Okay, the Native American's about to die now because he's just like, I know how to find him.
He's got that look in his eyes.
Is his name actually Poncho, or is that like a racial stereotype? It's like, my name's Devin. I told you that twice on the helicopter, and then we had a really good talk on the
Tim,
water.
I'm from San Diego. Like, god damn it.
Oh, that's cool. No, what's the line I'm forgetting, Sarah Marshall? Are you the guy from Kaiser Permanente? No, we had like a really good talk on the water. Oh, that's awesome.
I'm not even sure if I'm Native American. I think I'm just like I think I'm just Mexican. I'm not sure. So
Actually,
can you
my
track
dad-
the guy or not? That's
My
what we're
dad was
asking.
from Portugal.
Yeah,
I don't know.
try.
I just stick grass in my mouth, and somehow we end up going in the right direction.
So here's the revelation, right? This is when Arnold realizes, like, we're fucked.
Yeah, Arnold kind of realized, like, listen, they didn't send us for a rescue mission. Which I would have want to ask Arnold then, when's the last time they sent you for a rescue mission?
You don't have
well,
biceps like that and only go on rescue missions.
I guess what I would ask too, if I'm Arnold, is they could have just called an actual military personnel to rescue these guys. Why did we get the phone call?
Because they have camo.
Okay, that's probably part of it. Maybe because they don't give a fuck.
Because they
if
work
you
alone?
die. You think their business card just says, "Where's camo? Only rescue missions. Work alone. Only rescue missions in parentheses with multiple explosives."
It makes sense, though, Jeff. It's like, instead of sending our military, let's just send these guys who work alone. And then if he can't kill, then maybe we'll, do some military tactic shit.
Right. Oh.
If this was Fast and the Furious, though, like Jesse the
Oh,
Body Ventura
shit.
would be in the fifth one somehow.
Well, Matt, I mean, just because his guts were ripped out of his body doesn't mean he died.
We didn't actually see the guts.
If Han can come back in Fast 9, anything can happen.
Uh-oh.
Hope you're
If
stabbing the right
more
person.
importantly, though, if Hans can come back in D3,
That's true. Oh boy.
Well, got breakfast.
Yeah, although we all know that Poncho's gluten-free, so we're gonna have to figure something else out.
that's on him.
Banner, he bloats. You know this.
I mean,
Why didn't she try to get away? What would her plan be? She's in the jungle. She doesn't have
honestly,
anything.
I don't blame her for not running. She's with all the dudes with the guns. That's probably the safest place, even though they're probably gonna have their way with her.
Brian, it's a
Worth it.
rescue mission. They're not looking to start fights.
I heard she was willing anyway.
Huh?
I mean,
We weren't
I think
even talking about that.
I'll just put it this way: everybody has a price.
One guy over there's like, my phone was plugged in charging. Who unplugged it? The time is like now accelerating at weird paces. Like it was nighttime, now we cut, and now it's dawn. There's one guy like, look, I'm just going to tell the Predator straight up. Until I've had my coffee, I can't be dealt with.
So if Arnold's true to his word right here, why don't he's like, hey man, this isn't a rescue mission. We got bamboozled. Let's pack up and leave.
Yeah, but the problem is they're in the middle of the jungle. Like, how do you just pack up and leave, you know?
Well, just go
Predator's
back
like-
the way you came, I guess, through
But
the like.
Predator's up their asshole, though. There's no
Why
way.
would
you
you
just
leave?
killed?
Why would you leave the little village?
Well, there was a village. Then they came to quote unquote rescue it, and now all of a sudden it's burnt to a crisp.
Wonder how long the Predator's been. I have so many questions about the Predator. I know I'm not supposed to care. I just, want him dead, but I have so many questions. Like, how long has he been there? If he's been here for like 100 years and life's been, kind of okay, why don't we just all pack up and leave and just have him have the jungle?
The weird thing about the Predator is that opening sequence, maybe it was 30 seconds, but it shows the spaceship coming to Earth. So they kind of cared a little bit about telling us about him, but they actually don't fucking care at all is the interesting part.
Is that like a spaceship Uber? Like, are there more of him? Or is it just him? Or did he drive the spaceship? Like, where's the spaceship?
It was an Uber Lyft, so the other aliens might have actually been getting dropped off at another planet, but he saved like $11 by taking it.
I don't think they find the spaceship. Maybe they do later.
I don't think we do, because I was thinking earlier we never actually see the spaceship.
Well, the spaceship is a big part of the Legacy reboot. It's actually like the main plot point. Jacob Tremblay, the kid from Room, gets a piece of it mailed to him.
So who's taking it
Oh,
apart?
great line. If it bleeds, we can kill it. I've actually quoted that before to start the show. I think that was the quote on the Action Movie Bingo episode.
I think you're right.
This is just like a ropes course team building type thing, like a corporate retreat.
Yeah, they're not even. This has nothing to do with the Predator. They're just trying to like work out and then build a little tiki hut for later.
Dude, it's pretty fucking bro to just turn like the jungle into your own CrossFit gym.
The chick's like, so is this all for the No, we're just kind of like, we have guns and explosives for him. Don't worry about that.
We're just having fun now.
This is half for us, you know what I'm saying? Body's a temple. Clean in, clean out.
I can't believe Carl Weathers' agent didn't fight harder to have his like sleeves off, because Arnold's just losing clothes as we go.
If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure he loses some here in a minute.
Oh, here we go. Here's Carl Weathers with his shirt off, pulling something.
Yeah, you're a little ahead of me, Matt.
Okay, sorry.
You're like 30, not like 3 seconds ahead of me.
Yeah.
Now,
Okay.
what are we trying to rip down every tree in the jungle for? Just because we're American and like we need to deforest everything?
I paused it.
Oh, booby trap in it. Love a good booby trap.
Yeah.
Someone
That's a hell of a knot there. Let's just wrap this fucking cord around this a billion times. Surely it won't go anywhere.
Don't you love the thumbs up? Where did that was
who
done
was
after
the
95.
first guy to thumbs up? Yeah. Bro,
I
I
believe that
would
was
follow
George
this
Washington.
crap. That sounds right. Now, everyone put your cell phones on silent, okay? No one fuck this up with an email notification.
Hey, we need to shave again.
You never know when a blind date might break out in the middle of the jungle.
Well, there is one chick, and all the guys are fighting for her.
It's true. It's like labor of love, except these people might actually end up together.
Good God.
And there's no Sex in the City cast off in the jungle that I know of. I hate to say this because it's gross, but is his sweat just like acting as shaving cream?
Yes.
Ew.
I can honestly say I've never done that before.
I hope not.
Like
This
shave.
chick is like every woman ever. When you first start dating her, she's really quiet and acts like she doesn't know English, and then once you get to know her, all she does is talk and tell you what to do.
Can't
She's
shut
like,
her
how
up.
come you don't get along with my mom? Like, oh my God, we can't. We're like tonight we're gonna do this at Dave
We're
and
doing
Buster's
this right now.
right now. I'm about to set a skee ball record, and you want to talk about this?
Look, I won you that fucking thing out of the claw machine. What more do you want from me?
Also, if I'm Arnold, I'm like, so you wait until he's ripped the guts out of two of our men to give us the fucking backstory on him?
When they're on set that day, you think, okay, so the native lady has a 10-minute monologue, and Arnold's like, so the camera's not on my biceps. I'm not following. Like, are we going to cut this out later?
And then McTiernan's like, watch this. We're gonna focus in on you frowning. It's gonna be fucking epic, bro.
The overacting is just gets me.
I don't understand what
In
you
the
mean.
late '80s, Brian, it's just called acting.
My bad.
So how long, just for my own, like trying to gauge this in terms of time, how long have we been in the jungle? 2 days almost? A day and a half?
I'd say a day and a half.
Like 36 hours?
Yeah, more or less.
Hey, remember that huge ass trap we set up? You're walking in it.
Did Arnold do bicep curls every single time before he like did a line or walked?
Yeah, I mean, he had to have.
I thought he just like was always doing them constantly.
Is this his most impressive physique in a movie ever?
Conan is pretty impressive.
Oh yeah, Conan is, yeah. I think
But
Momoa
this is-
topped him though.
Momoa played Conan?
Oh, Jeff. You're
I didn't
missing
know
Yeah.
that.
That's like was his breakout
That was like
role,
his breakout
kind of.
role.
Breakout?
Like, I mean, you know what I mean.
That's what
That's
got
when
him
people
Game of
kind of knew who he
Thrones.
was.
I was gonna say, I think like 6 episodes of fucking Khaleesi is more of a breakout role than.
You got to watch Conan with Jason Momoa, please.
Was that him?
Now, this is when you just unload your fucking gun into it. Not earlier.
Oh shit!
So agile.
Bye. Little Ewok homage, right? Honestly, can I just call it out? The Predator's kind of a pussy for always being in camouflage.
I love watching this, Jeff, because this is 87 before the Predator's back injury. Like, he was so nimble and quick.
I know.
So
we all
athletic.
thought he would come back from that. I really think the movie does itself a disservice because the Predator looks so fucking cool, and they have him in camouflage 90% of the time. Also, the Predator rushed back too quick after that back surgery was a real problem.
He didn't rehab it properly.
I know.
He got addicted to the painkillers. It happens to the best of us.
He wanted to get back on the field, Brian. It's tough to knock him for that.
God, I love Weathers. It's like, hey, I'm gonna catch this gun, flex for a while, make sure you get it, then I'll run. I love that. I love that fun fact, Jeff. That he's like, no, this is all natural. I don't work out at all.
Then, like after everyone goes, so, yeah, I'll catch up with you guys. I gotta fucking
busting his ass at midnight after everyone has dinner.
Imagine having an ego that big, which now I can believe after watching him do interviews, that you can't just get up and work out with everybody else.
I hate that you guys don't like him because he did The Mandalorian so late in his career. Like,
no, it's not because he did The Mandalorian.
No, it's not because of The Mandalorian. He's actually really good in The Mandalorian.
His interview is insane.
He's just fucking sucks. Okay?
So you guys hate every actor that takes himself way too seriously and that are pretentious because you're not gonna like a lot of actors, probably.
No, every actor that does that also like isn't good. I don't know. I actually don't mind Carl Weathers, but I also hate him, if you know what I'm saying.
I don't know. I love him as Apollo Creed.
Well, yeah, that's who he is.
He's great as Chubbs, too, though.
Right, but you have to know what those roles are. Like, being great as Chubbs means what?
Yeah, I know.
You have a fucking wooden hand.
You can't act like a big dick if I ask you to sign something because you were Chubbs. I understand what you mean.
Can you sign it? No, fuck that shit. Why? Because you were black? Dude, the double gun, like, that's a look, right? What are we playing, GoldenEye?
With the abs and the biceps just ripping out.
And he's
Why does he still have
up.
the vest on?
Why does he still have the vest on?
Don't understand.
What
I'm
are you
blind right now. After you answered that question, I can't see.
Brian, what if a mixer were to break out in the middle of this jungle and he doesn't have his vest on?
This is
No, when you write, you write.
This is a movie you like don't take a date to. This is a movie for the boys.
Yeah, because you're leaning forward. She's like, I don't get it. And you're like, and this date's over.
So is it like an alien? Why is it there? Why is it
Why
there?
is he camouflage? Babe, I started watching at the same time you did, okay?
Why is Saddam Hussein there? He just fucking is.
He just is.
We gotta kill him.
God, that's so smart.
Carl Weathers really does suck, doesn't he? You know what? You're right. This might work out.
Is the Predator in some weird, like, dominatrix position on this tree?
He's definitely horny.
So I gotta ask, because the Predator was caught in the movie trap, do bullets have any effect on it at all? Have we established that, or is it totally immune to
it? Made him bleed, remember?
He was sewing himself up.
For some reason, I thought that was from, like, someone, like, stabbed him in the leg, or he, like, hit a tree.
It's a fucking paper cut.
Has anyone just sat down and tried to negotiate with the Predator? I'm sure he has a lot in common. He's like, dude, I have a wife and kids in this jungle too, and like she bitches at me all the fucking time, and like I'm just trying to come out and have a little fun, and kill some people.
Look, all I ask is that I come home and there's a hot meal on the table. She can't even fucking do that. I've eaten the cold cut sandwich 3 times this week.
Predator's wife is texting him right now, like, so you're not going to Dylan's t-ball practice or what? Jesus Christ, babe. Like,
all the kids are making fun of him because we're in a predominant white jungle and he has dreads.
Can't he get a ride home with Jason? She's like, it's embarrassing that Jason has to take the Predator's son home every day from practice. I do love his scope. Like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's good that it's on brand, market yourself. Holy fuck. That's a good kill. Is that the best kill so far in the movie?
Yeah.
I think so. Actually, he might not be dead. He might be okay.
30 minutes left. How many people we got left? Arnold, Carl Weathers?
And the chick, right?
And
Indian guy's still here.
Poncho's still here, yeah. As Poncho Grunts comes up on my screen. Oh, wait, this guy was hanging on by a thread, too.
Kmart, Gordon-Levitt.
Do you think that was a late night don't give a fuck decision, guys? Like, they read the script, they wrote the script, and it's like, so we're going to call the tracker guy. Oh, just call him Poncho. Call it a night. I got to go to bed.
The guy, like, looks around his apartment and sees one thing, Native American. Poncho. Call him Poncho.
Call him Poncho.
It's either
Doesn't
that
even
or
have to be his
roulette.
real name. Doesn't matter. We don't have to explain it. Just call it Poncho. If we can't explain why the fuck the Predator's
Right, I
there,
was gonna
why
say,
do we
if
have to
we're not
explain if that's a
explaining
nickname or
the
not?
titular character, we don't need to explain fucking Poncho. Just keep it under an hour 40. We'll be golden.
So
I
why does
promise.
Carl Weathers all of a sudden like love Mac? And also his face got blown the fuck off. I'm sorry. We don't that's not real.
I did see a lot of brain matter come onto the screen. Now we're going with the angled lens. I kind of like this look too. When the character's reality is like distorted.
I don't have many problems with this movie.
I
Actually,
don't either. I don't either. It's as far as 80s movies go, it's actually kind of hard to
it's
make fun of. It's so
1987. This feels like it's 1995, doesn't it?
yes.
Like it doesn't feel 80s to me.
If you watch this movie and you don't enjoy it, we just don't see eye to eye on films.
You're
What
listening
if
to the wrong
lost
pod.
his arm?
Oh,
Still
fuck!
shooting.
You gotta wear that. Oh my god, dude.
No excuse, play like a fucking champ.
See, Matt, that's why I was telling you he needed the elbow pad so he can just wear that fastball on the inside part of the plate. Dude, the Predator, what does he run, a 4.2?
I told you before his back injury, Jeff, there was nobody more athletic.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, look at him. His speed, his ferocity.
Okay, for March Madness bracket, I did not have Poncho in the final two. I'm gonna admit it. I would think it'd be Carl Weathers
I
and
didn't either. Poncho was in the first four. Nothing says I'm ready to fight the Predator like throwing away your semi-automatic weapons.
probably your bulletproof vest.
And your canteen and
At this point, we might as well
grenades.
just go full naked. Just whip your dick out and let's...
So is this
So
like
he's
his
trying to
version
stack-
of a cross?
This is like in those World Star videos where like two kids in high school are fighting and one of them takes his shirt off. It's like, do you actually need your t-shirt off to fight this kid in your cafeteria?
Why would you Poncho, he's killed your entire battalion. I don't think you need to cut yourself.
See, Matt, if he cuts himself, the Predator will be less interested in doing it, you know? Actually, maybe him and the Predator are dating, and Predator broke up with him, so he's like, all right, if I cut myself, maybe we'll get back together. Okay,
So he
maybe.
senses blood, apparently. Well, Poncho, there's another guy left that Arnold's carrying.
But Predator lost a lot of money at the Riverwind Casino in the forest, so he's kind of mad at Poncho and his relatives. He's like, what are with these bullshit Annies on the poker tables?
Yeah, this isn't really about you, but it's really I'm in a war with your family. So
This is
you just
side
happen to
boob
get
banner.
Huh?
You're right.
Yeah, good side boob. I
No
don't think
nip,
she's worn.
though.
I don't
I was
think she's worn a
surprised about
bra
the
in
nip.
4 years.
Holy shit, is there another Predator?
Why did he kick the gun out of her hand?
Oh, fuck.
Because it's 1987 and women can't shoot.
Get to the chopper. All right, I have a fun fact about this line. Iconic movie line. Dutch's line, get to the chopper, is Arnold Schwarzenegger's personal favorite catchphrase of all the films that he appears in.
Wow.
Wow.
That's big, right?
Hasta la vista, baby. I'll be back.
I'll be back.
It's not a tumor.
It's not a tumor.
It's
I'll be back.
not a tumor.
I actually think Jingle All the Way, put the cookie down now, is a good one, too.
I mean, every single line he's ever given is a one-liner.
I
They
still
don't really give him
need you.
paragraphs to talk. If this was a Disney movie, this would definitely be a fun ride at Disneyland.
No way in real life you actually survive this, right?
You fall in the water?
No,
Why not?
slide down a fucking cliff and then shoot 50 yards out down 100 yards? There's no fucking way. You wouldn't, like, you don't have the velocity to make that.
Well, I heard
Says who?
if you hit the water from That height, they say it's almost like hitting concrete.
It's like hitting concrete. Yeah.
Listen to our A Walk to Remember movie commentary if you want some scientific proof.
Well, Jeff, the water was out of the pool, and that was actual concrete, so that's a little different. But
Erroneous.
Arnold, does he know how to swim? Like legit, he looks like he's drowning.
well, muscle doesn't float.
He's basically just walking on the bottom of the floor then, right?
He's just kind of kicking and keeping his head above water. Some people call that swimming.
Oh, this is when he figures out the heat stuff, right? This is when he covers himself in mud.
Ooh, that's a good strategy. Actually, sometimes I'll just do that for fun, you know?
It exfoliates.
It actually might be good for the skin, which all these guys know, you know, they're fake baked a little bit. Their skin's going to turn to fucking bacon in a few years. We might as well take care of it.
Why does having yourself tan make you look so much better? I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't know. Unless you're redhead, you really can't pull off pale, you know?
It's pretty
Dude,
badass,
the Predator
dude.
is fucking badass.
So I accidentally X'd out on Amazon. Can I get a timestamp real quick?
Yeah.
1 minute 20.
Yeah.
Oh, exactly. All right.
That is badass.
That was one thing I never was for Halloween, the Predator.
It's an elaborate costume to put together. Banner, I don't know if it was in college, but somebody at some place put like a cardboard Predator costume together. It was really cool that we saw, I think.
Vaguely remember that, yeah.
So mud, he can't. What?
I think it cools down the heat vision is what
Yeah.
it's doing. So
It's like sunscreen, basically.
actually, don't like warthogs roll in the mud to keep themselves from getting sunburnt?
That sounds right. I think rhinoceroses do it too.
This look like this setting right here, great boss fight area. Like very, very good.
Oh, this video game, I never played it if it was, but this would be fucking hard as shit. Honestly, if this was a video game, would we even make it to fighting the Predator?
In the 80s, it'd be on like an Atari, so I don't know.
Matt, I can't remember what movie it was. You've talked about this on pod before. What was the one movie that was like rushed out, or the video game that was like rushed out for the movie that sucked? I feel like it was a Spielberg movie that you talked about. Was it Jaws? No.
Jaws one, I don't
E.T.,
even remember.
Close Encounters, something like that. So now he's setting up a little Etsy shop. He's going to sell knives, little tomahawks.
Arnold is without his battalion and no fucking guns or weapons at all going against the Predator.
What are you talking about? He's got 2 guns on his arm.
His small business loan. Well played, Banner. And he's got a Rolex watch. A Tag Heuer, actually.
So, Jeff, basically, like, you're a Seahawks fan. Like, when they lost in the playoffs, what they should have done is just taken out the entire O-line and everyone except for Russ and a receiver. And that's how they'd win.
Right. But cover Russ in mud is the key.
Yeah, that goes without saying.
Obviously. And have DK Metcalf just pull on vines. I feel like okay, I hate to be this guy. We've tried the booby trap the jungle to kill the Predator, and it's his domain. It doesn't work.
I mean, at this point, though, you have no guns, no nothing. I don't know what you would do.
Guys, look at Arnold's size. He's literally just trying to catch a rabbit to eat. He's starving. Boy needs protein. Come on now.
Dude, imagine ripping someone's spine out. It's like eating a lobster or a crab leg. if you're good enough to rip the spine out and keep the skull on it, it's like when you get that arm or the shell perfectly and you get that full thing of meat, you know?
That's
Chick's
such a
dead?
Did she actually miss her? Did she die off screen?
No, you just basically just I mean kind of died off screen. You just
Or
saw
was
her.
that when I X'd out of the movie maybe for a second?
No. That's it. You just saw her with bloody and that's it. So Arnold's the only one left.
Ooh, bow and arrow, that'll do it. Forget about the bazooka, grenades, and semi-automatic guns we've shot. What we need is a stick with a pointy edge to it.
Now this is different than some action movies though, because usually the girl always survives that you're trying to save.
But was he trying to save her? I'm still confused by that. Who were they trying to rescue?
I think the village that they burnt to the fucking ground.
Guys, that was his physique right there, fucking bending that thing over his back.
I know we've echoed this a lot of times, but to Matt's point, it's a rescue mission, and after 2 days of fucking firefights, he still has this much fucking ammunition on him. It's like, what do we... How do we ever pack the helicopter with this and explain it away? It'd be like telling your wife, we're going fishing for like an hour, and you bring 58 beers.
Math checks out on that.
Beer a minute, babe. Crunch the numbers.
But I'm driving, so I'm only going to have 58, not 59.
See, he's acting like he's looking in a mirror here, but he's not. Like, there's no way. He's in the middle of the jungle. This isn't a Hyatt Regency.
Whose skull is that?
His ex-high school football coach who never started him because he was jealous of his talent.
So this is the final third act. Arnold covered in mud.
Staring at the moon. Women menstruating everywhere.
When Arnold had 10 people with him and a woman that kind of knew what was going on, he had no shot. But now he's covered in mud, so stay tuned.
And he has a handmade bow and arrow.
They can somehow shoot through an 8-inch tree.
I love how this is like a great thing about movie like fights too. The one like the opponents are always respectful enough to let the other opponent prepare to kick the shit out of them. Like Predator could have gone and killed Arnold any second he wanted, but he was like, I'm gonna give you 3 hours to like prep your weapons and put mud on yourself. Maybe, jack off real quick.
All right, now he's just calling him out, dude.
He's like, this is when he goes, this some bitch.
Oh yeah, I mean this is the sumbitch moment.
So is he heating up his claws?
Match? I swear to God, this will be awesome.
Predator also he likes the competition, right? Like he doesn't want to just what he's been rolling through is like his non-conference schedule. Now this is like Big Ten plays. Like, all right, this is actually what I get up for. These September, October games. It's daytime now, though. Why don't we fight at night, dude?
Jeff, it sets the scene. I mean, you don't play the national championship at 2:00 in the afternoon, okay?
Or if it's NCAA basketball, you don't play it on a weekend. Scott, you just don't get it, do you?
So Arnold's thinking, not only can I not see him during the day, I can't see anything at night, and also him, so that's where I'm going to fight him.
Predator, I gotta say, dude, he's kind of a chicken shit, always being in camouflage.
Here we go.
I like how they did the camouflage back in '87.
He's got to show a little sportsmanship though, and be like, "Hey, Arnold, here I am. Let's go mano a mano."
That's what I'm saying, dude. You got to like chest up at some point. If you're gonna have the name Predator, like you can't be in cloak the whole time. Because him being in mud just levels the playing field. I mean, I'm sure he'd prefer to be, in his birthday suit. Predator busts out his acoustic guitar, and this is called Wonderwall by the campfire.
Yeah, Arnold, I won't hurt you if you just kind of listen to my demo real quick. I've been in this jungle for 30 years. I think I got some good stuff.
And can you give me your honest thoughts? Like, don't be fucking too harsh, but...
Yeah, like all your friends who I killed. See, this is where he needs to come out of like the camo version or something, and like they need to fight like mano a mano.
If this were a Joel Schumacher film, they'd both show up with like new costumes to sell an
Thank
additional
God it's
toy.
not.
He's dead, you son of a bitch. Love the lighting here, actually. It's pretty fucking cool. Again, it was just daytime. It's night again. You know what? I don't care. I'm enjoying
Twilight.
It was overcast.
When did the jungle get fireworks?
They do it on
In
Friday
July.
night games. Friday night games in July, yeah.
Like it looks like a bird just ate through a power line.
The Predator, he's from another planet, but actually he grew up in Tucson. His parents just moved him. It was a better opportunity.
His parents got divorced. Yeah, his dad lived in Tucson, who he fucking hated, by the way.
So actually, 4th of July was his favorite holiday until he moved to the other planet.
That thing on the Predator's arm that just blew up, that was his Zune, and he's fucking pissed. He's like, dude, the playlist I had going for this fight was fire.
I had 32 songs on that bitch.
Right, and we were only halfway through it.
I mean, Predator had an iPod at this point, right? In '87.
With the spinny wheel to like get to your next song. Dude, the Predator's look is badass. Whoever designed him, like, tip of the cap. Iconic look, right?
Yeah.
Actually, Jeff, too, I read that, too, that they actually were going to go kind of more E.T., and then they had a different designer kind of do the dreads and everything. It's like, dude, this guy has to kind of be a badass if he's going to fight Carl Weathers and Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jesse the Body Ventura.
Well, that's why
Jesse the Body Ventura.
Sorry. 1,000 pardons. But when I'm bitching about the camo, I think part of it is because I love his look so much. You just want to see it more, right?
Yeah. I think that they did it fine, but now with the third act, I think they need to get rid of it.
In the new, or the Legacy reboot, the Banner, correct me if I'm wrong, he's probably not in camouflage like 95% of the time.
Yeah, I'd say that. He only goes into camouflage maybe twice? Maybe?
And he's much more physical. Like in this one, he shoots projectiles a lot more. In the new one, he's like a brawler almost.
Yeah.
Like Ben Affleck's Batman.
Exactly like Ben Affleck's Batman. You white, you Ben Affleck. Dude, throwing spears looks like so much fun.
Oh.
I don't think I've ever seen the third act of this.
Yeah, none of this feels familiar. I remember all the guts from earlier, but a
lot of this looks really 80s now.
I'm loving like the dark aesthetic, but like the glow of his blood. So he's like, whatever I'm doing is working. And now I also feel like I'm in the end of Legends of the Hidden Temple episode on the Aggro Crag.
How many bros after leaving this theater was just like, dude, I'm going to commit and I'm going to work out hard coming up.
What's the line Star Lord has in Infinity War? I'm going to get a Bowflex. I'm going to commit. So are we to interpret Predator's like kind of running and he's bleeding out as this is happening?
Yeah.
That's a good shot too. It's like all dark, but you can see Arnold's eyes. These just look like semen drops, if I'm being honest.
Some of this goes against action movie bingo, especially this where usually it's like, okay, we used to have a machine gun, now we're gonna bring out a fucking big ass bazooka to kill him. He's actually going back to like caveman. He's like, okay, I gotta basically be the hunter
Why?
here with a stick.
Why do I feel like that's a trope too, though, in movies where it's like when you resort to more primitive technology, it's more effective.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good shot. I forgot he had the shoulder cannon. Dude, Brian, are you getting like heavy War Machine vibes from Predator?
Yeah, he had to have been inspired by him.
I don't know who ripped off who, but I'm definitely getting a War Machine feel here.
But also very different and unique all at the same time.
Dude, picture War Machine with dreads just hanging out of his helmet, fucking wasting people. That'd be so sick. This is where you just play with your food, right? This is like you eating the shrimp fried rice and you're just tossing it around with your chopsticks.
I'm interested in what's going to happen, Jeff, because, like, is there different Predators in the movies coming up, or is it all the same one?
I believe it's like a race.
Yeah, I think there's multiples.
Okay.
They do. I will say this, the Shane Black one, I kind of make fun of it. It's a fun movie, but it explains pretty much the whole backstory to the original movie, because the original never did. It explains why they came, who sent them.
The original didn't care to.
Didn't have
This is
time.
good, though. You got to size him up, though, to show, like, he's actually bigger than Schwarzenegger, like, taller and shit.
So he's playing on a rolled ankle here, right? This is like Kerry Strug, a la the '94 Atlanta Olympics.
And Kurt Schilling.
The bloody sock.
Make him feel this position. He's taking the mask off. The Predator is ugly as fuck. Like, you get why he wears the mask, you know? Looks like not my ex-wife Rachel, but my wife before her.
What's around his ankle?
He's bleeding, right?
He's got it.
I thought it was one of those ankle bracelets. Like, he's like, dude, I got a DUI. Like, I'm not proud of it.
My
What happens to the best of us?
Should've called an Uber.
Officer doesn't care if I murder people, but I can't step outside this 2-mile radius, actually. What? It's a weird parole.
Why is he like why is there like exhaust coming out when he unplugs it?
Banner, he looks like Brian Davis, that Texas A&M basketball player.
I fucking hated that guy too.
He looks like Vernon Davis, the tight end.
He actually does.
He does.
Can't win with him.
Can't do it.
Yeah. I'd rather play with 10 guys, get penalized the whole way. See, this is what I wanted. I mean, maybe not the whole time, but like in a decent portion, Brawler Predator.
That is badass.
What ugly mother.
This is how you end this type of movie, right? We don't have a conversation. We fucking fight in a swamp. So is he always, this may be a dumb question, is Predator always looking at you in heat vision, or is it like a hunting technique he can use if he's trying to track you?
That's a great question.
Because if
I think
it's
only
always
Predator could answer that.
Well, let's get him on. We have Predator calling in from Long Island. You're live. Because if it's always heat vision, that's kind of a disadvantage. It'd be like hard to fight somebody if that's all you saw.
I don't remember any of this.
I don't either. Because I just remember Schwarzenegger kind of kicking his ass, and that's not what's happening right now.
The biggest question is, the last time I've seen this movie, I think it was on like TNT or something a long time. Like, why isn't this on FX?
Because it's too old. FX doesn't put anything on that's like 2005 or older.
I know.
This seems like an FX movie. So
Now, what was the channel that used to have Bar Rescue that went away? The Super Bro channel we'd watch on Sunday mornings hungover. Spike.
Now it's
Dude,
Paramount.
Spike,
Yeah, it's Paramount now.
they need to buy up all this shit and just play it on the weekends. Because I would just leave my TV on
This is a Spike TV.
100%.
Spike
I
TV
think
would have this and then Kill Bill back to back.
But it would never be volume 1. It'd always be the second
No, it was
one.
always volume 2.
Arnold's like, dude, you can try to stab me. I actually think my abs versus that sheath you have is a fair fight.
God, this is badass.
Put the cookie down now.
What if he just starts using all of his fucking one-liners?
Like, that movie hasn't even come out yet. I know, but nice to meet you. Predator's phone rings. He's like, God damn it. I'm sorry, I have to take this. Oh. It's like a Lost Boys vibe here. Kind of a Goonies element.
Guys, this is a fucking blast.
Yeah, this is a great movie. This is what the Bro Force Squad was invented to watch, really.
So did he go around the trap?
Yep.
This is a great shot. A background blurred out, get it McTiernan, and we see a little bit of movement, but our protagonist is exhausted. The fight can't continue. Do you have enough for a finishing blow?
There's no way he's dead.
No. He can't be. He's gonna... Yep.
We're going to have mercy now? He's fucked half your team's guts. Cuts to 60 minutes interview with the Predator. That's part of his
one
plea.
ice pun. That's it.
Is that too greedy? I'm afraid my conditions left me cold. To your pleas of mercy. Predator's like, I just gotta check my email real fast.
You need to be tried in a court of law. Like what? Like we're not even in the United States, and
we're in a goddamn jungle. I don't understand. Imagine who would be the lawyer that represent the Predator? Ken
the banner.
Kraft.
This is where they shake hands and exchange jerseys.
And so in the sequel, the Predator is a good guy, right?
Oh yeah, actually, the Predator joins Arnold to beat even more unstoppable force.
Right. It's similar to Fast and Furious. Arnold's like, I know you killed all of my friends in front of me and laughed in my face, but you know what? Let's just shake hands and call it a day. Was that a self-destruct? Or did he just, like, shit his pants?
That could be one and the same.
Another dumb question here. 2 pilots, middle of the night. Do we still need the sunglasses?
Yeah, I think it's a think it's a unspoken thing that if you are a pilot, you have to have sunglasses on, regardless of time of day.
Yeah, it's like part of the uniform dress code. You're just in violation if you don't have them on.
So we're supposed to believe the Predator just killed himself?
I don't know, man. I read some of his Facebook posts. He was having some issues.
Well, he's not going to heaven then. That's kind of a pussy way to end this movie, isn't it?
Predator takes his own life, right? Yeah. Like super blows himself up.
I mean, this is 87. They didn't know they were going to have 8 of these.
Arnold stands there like, not only did I kill him, but I destroyed the whole forest and a village of people, and a woman that might have been pregnant. I don't know. She was really moody. I'll just get on the chopper now, though. We'll call it a day.
Arnold has explained to his wife how it's a rescue mission. That's what he's thinking about right now. She'll never buy it. She'll never buy it again. Especially that all my battalion got wiped out.
On a rescue mission? So who did the killing? Well, it wasn't actually the people. It's complicated, babe. Can I get a
There's an alien?
So it wasn't another woman. Jesus Christ, why do you always ask? I was in a jungle.
I had no cell service.
I thought
That's
she
weird, 'cause
died.
we all did.
His old captain's like, "There's that son of a bitch." He
He's
made
like,
it.
you cross-eyed bastard. Wow, nothing says more 80s like it's like a sitcom opening, right? With the character introductions. In case you forgot. Look at that chin dimple on Ventura.
So great.
I can't believe that's how that ends.
Helicopter flying away. What else do you need, Matt?
And they all lived happily ever after, like except
These
for
are all
everyone that died.
These are all just shot for the post credits. Like this is literally Dawson's Creek. Turn to the camera, a little laugh. Someone tosses you like a ball from off screen, right? Full house. There's like a recipe, right? Hands in pockets, spin around, smile and laugh. Skip a rock on the lake.
Well, guys, that was Predator.
The chick was even smiling. That makes no sense. Someone threw
Her
Carl
whole
Weathers
village
a
was
gun.
slaughtered, and she was raped and borderline murdered. What's not to laugh about? Jesus Christ.
Oh.
Boehner, you said it best. That was Predator.
That was Predator. Last thoughts. We'll go horns first.
Number one, shocked Chris Hansen didn't show up. Predator, why don't you have a seat? That would have been great. I'm with Matt, man. Fucking blast the whole time. This is like what the Broforce Squad is all about.
After the final explosion.
But at the end, like the ending is, you didn't earn that, Give me something better. I need one person to definitively kill the other one, and I would have been happy. But overall, 99.2% of the movie, I absolutely loved it. And we need to do more 80s action movies, I think, because the recipe works.
Geiger, this is your
what
baby.
Happens when Geiger wins contests. We get good movie commentaries, and this one is about as Broforce Squad as Broforce Squad gets. Everyone dies, and at the end, no one really cares because Arnold survives. If I live to be 80 and we don't get a remake of this from The Rock, then I'll be definitely surprised.
We have been the Broforce Squad podcast. Check out our website, www.broforcesquad.com. We've got our squad blog on there. Hit that subscribe button on YouTube, iTunes, wherever you get your podcasts. We're everywhere. And follow us on Twitter at Broforce Squad. Again, that's Broforce Squad, 3 words, Broforce Squad. For the mayor himself and the Enforcement of the Paint, I'm the Mad Scientist. And we will catch you guys when we find another alien.
If it blazed, we can kill it. What a great line. Or it can kill itself, I guess.